Good morning, my friends, and welcome again to I Love English, the podcast. I am Stuart, speaking to you from New York City. Today, we will walk together through a long and detailed morning. This morning will feel almost endless because I will notice every small detail, every sound, every light, every smell, and I will explain them in clear and simple English, slowly and naturally, so you can shadow and repeat after me. This part of the day will be a journey from the quiet moment when I first open my eyes until the time I leave home for the day. We will go step by step, detail by detail. So come with me and let me tell you the story.
The alarm rings. It is not music, not a soft tone, but the classic alarm sound that goes beep, beep, beep. My eyes are closed, but my hand moves to the side table. I cannot find the phone at first. My hand touches the lamp, the book, the glass of water, and finally the phone. I press the button and the sound stops. A sudden silence fills the room. For one short second, I lie very still. My eyes do not want to open. The bed is warm. The blanket is heavy, and outside the window I hear the faint hum of the New York morning. Cars moving early. Somewhere far away, a siren cries, then fades away. I stretch one arm slowly above my head. I stretch the other. My back feels stiff, but the stretch feels good. I open my eyes. Dim light touches the ceiling. I turn my head toward the window. The curtain is not fully closed, and I can see a line of glowing sky. It is not full sunlight yet. It is that soft golden light at the very beginning of the day. I breathe in slowly. The air feels a little cool. It carries the faint smell of the city. Not dirty, not fresh, just neutral, like ordinary morning air before coffee, before food, before the noise begins to grow big.
I sit up. My body is heavy, but I push the blanket aside. My feet touch the floor. The wood feels cool against my skin. For a moment, I keep my feet flat and still, just feeling the coolness of the floor. Then I push myself up. My body stands tall, but sleepy. I walk to the window. I open the curtain slowly. Light enters. It fills the room in an instant. Now everything is brighter, and I can actually see outside. Buildings stand close together across the street. Fire escapes zigzag down the sides of the apartments. The sky is a mix of soft gray and yellow. The city is waking up. I see a man on the corner with a cart of bagels, already ready for customers. A woman walks past him with a dog. The dog sniffs the sidewalk, tail wagging. A delivery truck passes with a rumble, brakes sighing as it stops. A child walks with a backpack toward the school bus stop. Life is beginning again. I open the window a little. Cool air rushes inside. It touches my face. I take a slow, deep breath. The air feels clean, almost sharp. It carries a hint of bread from the bakery down the street. Somewhere, a trash truck clanks, metal against metal. Birds perch on the wires above, chirping softly, not afraid of the city. I stand there breathing for a moment longer, and I think, this is New York. This is how mornings feel. Busy, but still soft before the explosion of the full day. I close the window and turn toward the bathroom. I flick on the light. The white tiles shine. I look into the mirror. My hair is a complete mess. I laugh softly. My eyes look heavy but alive. I pick up the toothbrush. I press toothpaste, place it inside my mouth. Up and down, side to side. The foam grows. Mint flavor spreads across my tongue. The feeling is cold, sharp, and fresh. I rinse. The water swirls and disappears down the sink. I splash cool water on my face. 1, 2, 3 times. Drops roll down. My skin wakes up. My mind says, "Okay, Stuart, now you are ready to begin the real morning." Back in the room, I change out of pajamas. I pull on
jeans, dark and comfortable. I slip into a soft gray t-shirt. I roll the sleeves a little, then socks, then sneakers. The sneakers feel tight and safe around my feet. Finally, my light jacket. I stand straight. I feel awake. I feel ready. But before going out, I need breakfast. So I head to the kitchen.
In the kitchen, the kettle waits. I fill it with water. Click. The switch goes on. A soft hum begins. Then a low growl. Then steam. The water inside shakes. I take coffee grounds, pour them into the French press. When the kettle whistles lightly, I pour hot water on top. Steam rises upward. The smell fills the air instantly. It smells like energy, like courage, thick, warm, strong. I wait a few minutes, then press down slowly. The dark liquid swirls. I pour it into my mug. I take the mug in my hands, and I feel the heat pressing into my palms. I close my eyes and take the first sip. Hot, bitter, smooth. It wakes me from the inside out. Each sip feels like a new spark running through me.
While drinking coffee, I take 2 slices of bread. I put them in the toaster. Pop, they jump up. The smell of hot bread joins the room. I spread butter and honey on one slice, peanut butter on the other. I bite into the toast. Crunch, soft center, sweet and salty. Perfect balance. I sit at the small kitchen table while eating, watching outside the window again. More people on the street now. Office workers with fast steps. Children with colorful jackets. Yellow taxis racing, stopping, racing again. The morning is fully alive now, and so am I. I finish breakfast, wash the plate, clean the mug. I wipe the counter, everything back in place. I look at the clock, 8:15. Time is moving quickly. I pack my bag now. Laptop goes in, notebook, pen, charger, 1 apple, a small bottle of water. Zip, bag is ready. I check my wallet, keys, and phone, all complete. I slip the bag over my shoulder. I stand near the door for one last look around the apartment. quiet, clean, still. I nod. Time to go.
I put on my sneakers properly, pull the door shut, and step into the hallway. My morning at home is finished. The city outside is waiting, full of noise, movement, and surprises. The long day begins now, and I am carrying my fresh energy with me. That is the magic of mornings. They take you from silence to movement, from rest to readiness, from sleep to life.
Now the morning is gone, and the sun has climbed higher, pouring its light across the tall buildings, across the busy streets, across the people moving like a flow of water down every sidewalk. I step back into the office after my short lunch in the park, and the air inside feels different, not like the warm and playful outside air, but cooler, calmer, more serious. The light from the big windows falls across the desks. Some of my coworkers are already sitting, typing quickly, their fingers making a rhythm on the keyboards.
The sound is sharp but steady, like delicate rain. Others are on phones, speaking in careful voices with clients, explaining, answering, planning. The energy of the office is like the middle of a race, not the quiet start, not the finish line, but the strong center part, when everyone is sweating and pushing, moving forward. I walk slowly to my desk, feeling that same wave of responsibility rise in me, and I slide my chair back and sit. My bag goes down by my feet. I take a sip of cool water from my bottle. I straighten my back. I click open the laptop. The afternoon has officially begun.
The first file I open is a detailed report for one of our managers. The words inside look heavy, full of numbers and sentences that are long and complicated. My job is to make them clean, simple, and correct. As I begin, the office grows quieter. People focus deeply now. The sound of typing continues. The phone calls grow softer. There is no laughter now, no extra talk. It is the deep work hour, and it feels thick in the air, like a heavy blanket. I breathe slowly, line by line, number by number, fact by fact. I check, I rewrite, I fix. While working, I glance occasionally outside the window. Down on the street, tiny yellow taxis move like toys, stopping at red lights, surging forward when the green shines. People cross in groups. Small dots of color from their clothes catch my eye. The city is too big to ever grow quiet, but from this distance, it feels like I am watching life move on a giant map.
Half an hour passes. Then another half. My eyelids begin to feel heavy, not from sleep, but from focus. I save my file, take a break, and stretch my arms high above my head. The movement feels like loosening chains around my body. I stand, walk slowly to the small kitchen again, pour a glass of water, lean against the counter. 2 colleagues are there. One stirs tea with a spoon slowly, the faint clink filling the silence. The other bites into a cookie, crumbs falling softly to the table. We exchange small smiles. Nobody feels like talking much right now. Our minds are tired already, even though the day is not done. We drink, we stand, then we return to work like quiet waves returning to the ocean.
At 2 o'clock, my phone rings. A client is on the line. Her voice is polite, but full of urgency, like someone holding a bag that is too heavy. She explains her problem in slow, careful English. I listen patiently. I write down her words, short notes, in my notebook. I ask short questions. I reassure her that the answer will come. I switch screens on my laptop, search the files, find the small detail that solves the big problem. Yes, here it is, I tell her, and I explain it step by step. Silence on the other end, then a soft sigh of relief, then 2 simple words, "Thank you." Those 2 words feel like a small victory. I smile to myself after ending the call. Work can be heavy, but small victories lighten it. The afternoon sun shifts. Shadows inside the office grow longer, sliding across the desks slowly like dark paint. The energy has changed. At lunchtime, it was light and social. Now it is steady and serious. Time feels slower. When I type, I can almost hear the tick of the clock between my keystrokes. I force myself forward like a cyclist climbing a hill. Another report written. Another file checked. One more email answered. Little by little. Consistency is the secret. I glance at my colleagues. Sarah rubs her forehead with her hand. Mike leans back in his chair with a sigh, then types again quickly. Lisa stretches her neck left and right, then bends to keep working. We are all in the same boat, rowing together through thick waters.
At 3 o'clock, our manager calls us for a short team discussion. We gather around the table in the meeting room. Papers shuffle. Chairs scrape against the floor. Everyone looks a little tired, but still focused. The manager reminds us about deadlines. She asks who needs help. People share ideas. Some shake heads. Some nod. I offer one small suggestion, and to my surprise, people pause, listen, nod again. The manager smiles quietly and says, "Good point. Let's try that." A sudden spark of pride warms my chest. That small recognition feels like fuel. The meeting ends, and once again we sit back at our desks, but the heaviness has lifted a little. A few people laugh softly. The shared moment gave us energy again. Afternoon inside an office is like that. Waves of seriousness, followed by waves of relief. Then again, seriousness. It is a rhythm of pressure and release.
I notice the sky turning brighter outside, not with more sun, but with the clear sharpness that comes when the air feels extra clean after morning clouds slowly drift away. From the tall window, the skyscrapers seem like giant mirrors, reflecting the sharp blue of the sky. For a second, I close my eyes. The hum of the office fills my ears. The faint sound of traffic far below mixes with the whir of the printer. My coffee cup is empty. I think of making another, but I decide against it. Too much coffee brings energy for a moment, but crashes later. Instead, I drink more water, stand, take 3 long breaths, then return to the screen.
From 3:30 to 4:30 is the toughest hour of the day. Everyone feels it. The energy is thin. Our minds resist. We would rather chat, or scroll on our phones, or nap at our desks. But we continue anyway. This is the discipline of work. I type words slower now, but continue. Every small click adds up. I think to myself, after this, the evening will arrive. After this, rest will come. This thought carries me. At my side, Sarah whispers to herself as she types. Mike eats an apple quickly, the crunch loud in the quiet room. The clock moves slowly, but it moves. Minute by minute, we crawl across that hard stretch.
Finally, 4:30 comes. Something soft enters the air. People begin to stretch. Chairs creak. John stands and cracks his knuckles. Lisa opens a small chocolate bar, breaking it into pieces and sharing. Laughter comes back again for the first time since lunch. It feels lighter. The worst is behind us. Papers are stacked. Final messages are answered. In 30 minutes, freedom waits. My shoulders relax unconsciously. I sip the last cool water, and the tension falls away. From the window, the sunlight is golden again as it begins its journey toward the horizon. Another stage has ended.
As the clock reaches 5, I pack my things slowly. I save files one last time. I close programs, watch the screen fade to black. Silence fills the machine. I put the charger in my bag, slide in the notebook, close the zipper with a clean zip sound. Others are doing the same. See you tomorrow, voices say. Smiles come easier now. We are all lighter. I wave. I respond. I stand. And I walk. Out the door, down the hall, into the elevator with a ding, down to the lobby, out through glass doors, into the street. My afternoon inside the office is over, like a long, slow climb, finally finished. And the New York evening is calling. When I step outside the office doors,
The afternoon has already transformed into evening, and the whole atmosphere of the city feels softer, yet busier at the same time. The tall buildings shine like mirrors, reflecting the orange and pink light that spreads across the sky as the sun prepares to set. The crowd on the sidewalks grows, different from the morning crowd. In the morning, people rushed with serious faces, holding coffee cups and pushing forward with a purpose. In the evening, their faces are more tired, some relaxed, some impatient. Some people walk slowly, carrying shopping bags. Others hurry toward buses or subways, eager to reach home. The rhythm of footsteps is louder, a mix of heavy boots, sharp heels, and sneakers. I walk along with them, blending into the stream like a drop of water joining a river. The air has cooled. A breezy freshness dances across my jacket collar, carrying the smell of roasted peanuts from a corner cart and the smoky flavor of grilled meat from a street vendor. Around me, the sounds of New York in the evening are a mosaic. Taxis honking, bicycle bells ringing, pedestrians chatting in different languages, children begging their parents for ice cream. I keep walking slowly, not rushing, because I want to feel all of this, not to miss the life pulsing around me.
When I reach the subway entrance, I see a small crowd gathering near the steps. A violinist plays with quick fingers, filling the air with a melody soft but bright. People drop coins into his open case, and he nods in quiet thanks, never stopping the rhythm. A dog tied beside one woman barks happily, as if dancing with the music. I listen for some seconds, smile to myself, and continue down the stairs. Inside the subway, the air feels heavier, warmer, and mixed with many smells: perfume, food, engine grease. People wait quietly along the platform, some staring at their phones, some reading old newspapers. The train screeches in, and the doors slide open with that familiar metallic hiss. I step inside, holding the pole as the train lurches forward.
The subway in the evening is crowded, shoulder to shoulder, full of stories you can only guess by looking at people's expressions. A man in construction boots rests his eyes, his head leaning back against the window. A young woman in a red jacket laughs softly while reading something on her phone. Beside me, two teenagers whisper back and forth, probably planning evening fun. A child leans against his mother's arm, half asleep, his hand gripping a small plastic toy car. For 10 minutes, we all ride together, silent but connected by the motion of this underground machine carrying us home. The train slows, the brakes squeal, the doors open again at my station. I step out, climb the long staircase, and soon night air and evening lights welcome me once more.
As I walk down my street, the whole neighborhood feels alive in a different way. Shops glow warmly, showing fruits, clothes, or electronics behind their windows. A small bakery displays golden bread loaves. A flower shop sets buckets of colorful roses and lilies outside, adding a sweet fragrance to the cool breeze. A pizzeria pushes out smells that make my stomach growl again, even though dinner will be waiting at home. Dogs bark, runners jog with headphones. Couples stand holding hands at the corner, and delivery bicycles rush past carrying brown bags of food. The evening in New York feels like a busy heartbeat, beating strong under a sky painted purple and pink. I take it all in with slow steps until I reach my apartment building.
I unlock the door and step inside. Home greets me with warmth, not just temperature, but atmosphere. My sister is already in the kitchen, stirring a pot. Steam rises, and the strong smell of garlic, tomato, and onions fills the air. "Hey, welcome back," she says with a smile. I leave my bag in the corner, kick off my shoes, and wash my hands. The clattering of pots, the bubbling of sauce, and the crackle of frying food cover the kitchen with music of their own. I help slice vegetables, the chopping sound steady like a drumbeat. We talk casually as we prepare. She shares funny stories about her classmates, about a professor who forgot his notes for class and improvised with silly jokes. I laugh so loudly that even the cat, sitting on the chair nearby, jumps and stares. The apartment feels alive with smell, sound, light, and laughter.
Dinner
is ready soon. We set the table, placing plates, glasses, forks, knives, spoons, and a small basket of bread in the middle. We sit together, and for the first few minutes, it is quiet, except for the clicking of forks, the scraping of knives, and the soft chewing. The food tastes simple but warm. Rice mixed with herbs, chicken in sauce, fresh salad with lemon. Slowly, the quiet turns into conversation. We talk about our days, about people we met, things we saw, little ideas about tomorrow. My sister imitates someone's accent from her school, and I nearly choke on laughter. The cat circles around our feet, hoping for crumbs. We finish with cups of tea. Steam swirls upward, carrying a soft smell of mint.
The clock says 7:30. Evening is still young. I put on my jacket again and step outside for a short walk. The air is cooler than before, and the buildings glow with thousands of yellow windows like stars on Earth. Street lamps shine orange pools of light across the pavement. Couples walk holding coffee cups. Families carry shopping bags. Street musicians still play, but fewer than before, and their tunes are slower, calmer. I walk down the street toward the small park. Inside the park, the grass holds onto the day's sunlight, now cooling quietly. Two kids kick a soccer ball. Their laughter echoes across the benches. A group of teenagers take pictures with their phones, smiling in dramatic poses. An old man feeds pigeons breadcrumbs. His face is soft, patient, peaceful. I walk slowly, breathing deep, letting the tiredness of the office dissolve into the night air. A breeze carries the smell of flowers from somewhere, maybe a hidden garden or just some blooming trees. The clock says 7:30. Evening is still young. I put on my jacket again and step outside for a short walk. The air is cooler than before, and the buildings glow with thousands of yellow windows like stars on Earth. Street lamps shine orange pools of light across the pavement. Couples walk holding coffee cups. Families carry shopping bags. Street musicians still play, but fewer than before, and their tunes are slower, calmer. I walk down the street toward the small park. Inside the park, the grass holds onto the day's sunlight, now cooling quietly. Two kids kick a soccer ball. Their laughter echoes across the benches. A group of teenagers take pictures with their phones, smiling in dramatic poses. An old man feeds pigeons breadcrumbs. His face is soft, patient, peaceful. I walk slowly, breathing deep, letting the tiredness of the office dissolve into the night air. A breeze carries the smell of flowers from somewhere, maybe a hidden garden or just some blooming trees.
I sit on a bench for a few minutes, watching. A woman jogs past, her shoes hitting the ground in rhythm with her breath. The sound grows faint as she disappears. Next to the bench, two men play chess, pieces clicking one by one as they argue gently about strategy. Time feels slowed down here. There is less stress, less rushing, only people being themselves. After a while, I stand again, stretch, and walk slowly back home.
Back inside, the apartment is quieter now. My sister is still on the couch, watching a comedy movie on the laptop. She laughs at jokes, her voice ringing across the room. I join her for a while, watching without thinking too much. The cat jumps onto my lap, curling with its tail around my arm. Outside the window, traffic sounds grow less frequent but still continuous. Evenings in New York never die completely. They change into softer but constant activity. My eyes feel heavy, but I know the night is not here yet. I open a book instead, lying back with the lamp bright over my shoulder. The words spin stories about places far away. They mix with my mind's images until reality and imagination drift together.
Time passes quietly. The movie ends. My sister switches off the laptop. The room is dim now, but peaceful. I realize this deeply, that evenings are where family and city meet, where work ends and life begins again. The world outside still runs, but my personal space is calm. The energy of the day settles down slowly with each passing minute. And tonight, like every evening, I whisper in my mind, I am thankful to be here, to see these lights, to feel this air, to hear these voices, to laugh, to rest, to live another evening in this city that never truly sleeps, but always gives space to moments of quiet peace.
The evening slowly fades, and the night begins to take its place. The once colorful sky of orange and purple becomes darker, turning into deep blue, then almost black, as stars appear one by one like quiet sparks above the city. From my window, I can see the tall skyline across New York, glowing with thousands of little lights, each window a story, each beam a life being lived. The city never rests, not completely, but the rhythm changes. The energy that rushed through the morning and the heavy push of the afternoon are over now. At night, the sounds are different, slower, heavier in the air, almost like the city is taking a long breath after working hard all day.
Inside the apartment, the mood is calm. My sister has turned off her laptop and gone to her room, leaving the living room silent, except for the decking of the clock on the wall. The cat has curled itself tightly into a ball on the couch. Its soft breaths rise and fall, its tail twitching sometimes, as if dreaming about chasing something in its sleep. I sit down with a warm cup of tea. The tea is herbal, soft in taste, not strong like coffee, but gentle and soothing. Each sip feels like peace flowing down my throat, calming both body and mind. I place the cup on the table and sit quietly, looking around the room, noticing how the lamplight makes the walls look golden, how the shadow of the chair stretches long across the floor. It is these small details that give night its magic. Things look ordinary in the day, but in the nightlight they appear softer, almost mysterious, almost alive. I take a moment to breathe deeply and focus on my senses. I can hear the fridge humming in the kitchen and the wind whispering outside the window. I also notice the soft music playing from the neighbor's house. All these sounds mix together into a comforting melody.
I decide to call my grandmother. She lives in another town, far away. I know she will be awake because she always likes to sit up late watching her favorite shows or reading her old magazines. The phone rings. Then her soft voice answers, "Hello, Stuart." She doesn't even ask who it is. She always knows. We talk about her garden. She tells me the tomatoes are red and firm, ready to pick. She asks me about my work, and I tell her the truth, that it was tiring, but I did good. She laughs gently and says, "I'm proud of you, dear." The words pour warmth straight into my heart. We talk for 10 minutes. She tells me to eat well, to sleep early, to remember that simple things in life are the most valuable. I listen and agree. When we say goodbye, I feel lighter, as if her voice has removed part of the day's weight from my shoulders. After the call, I turn the lights even lower. The living room glows softly now, almost like candlelight. Outside the window, I can see the street becoming emptier. Only 1 or 2 people walk by, carrying grocery bags or walking dogs. Car horns are more rare now. Sometimes just one lonely taxi passes, its headlights cutting through the dark. The air outside is cooler. I open the window a bit and let the night breeze come in. It smells of damp pavement, of trees and soil, faintly mixed with the smell of food drifting from a late-night diner nearby. I lean on the window frame, breathing deeply, and the coolness refreshes me again. Nights in New York are not silent, but they are slower, and even the noise feels softer, like it has been dipped in velvet. I return inside and decide to write in my notebook. Every night before sleep, I write at least 1 or 2 lines. It is my way of remembering the day. I sit at the small desk, take my pen, and think for a moment. The words flow. Today was full of work, but it ended in peace. I felt tired, but I saw the beauty of the sky and ate dinner with my sister. I am thankful. I close the notebook, put the pen on top, and feel calm. Small rituals like this keep me grounded. They take chaos away and give a pattern, a balance.
It is almost 10 o'clock now. I decide to take A short shower before bed. In the bathroom, I turn on the water. It rushes down in a continuous song. The steam rises quickly, blurring the mirror. The warmth covers my skin, washing away the last bits of stress stuck from the day. Each drop feels like a soft hand pressing down, then carrying tension off my body. I scrub slowly. I breathe deeply, and I let myself relax more and more. When I step out, I take the towel, wipe off the drops, and the cool bathroom air mixes with the warm skin in a refreshing way. I change into pajamas, soft pants, a t-shirt, and warm socks. I feel lighter, cleaner, softer.
Before bed, I pour myself a final glass of water. I carry it to my room. The room is quiet, with a small lamp glowing on the bedside table. I look around, and everything feels still, as if my room is waiting for me to surrender the last energy of the day. I check my phone quickly, not for long, just for 1 or 2 messages. A friend has written, "Good night, talk to you tomorrow." Another one sent a funny picture. I smile quietly. I replied to both with short words. "Good night, sleep well." Then I place my phone aside, face down, to block the glow of the screen. Night should be free from too much light, free from distraction.
I sit on the bed. The blanket is soft. The pillow looks inviting. I switch off the lamp. Darkness rushes in, but not complete darkness. Tiny lights from outside still enter through the street lamp and through the glowing city. I lie down flat and take a slow breath. The bed receives me with comfort. My body grows heavy. My chest rises and falls in a slow rhythm. The rhythm is steady, the same rhythm that billions of people all over the world also feel at night while lying in their own beds. I think of that connection. No matter where you are, everyone ends the day by resting, by breathing, by surrendering to the quiet of night. In that thought, I feel not alone, but gently connected.
My ears
catch faint sounds outside. A dog barks far away, maybe calling to another. A car passes, its tires humming against the street. Somewhere above, I hear the flap of wings. Maybe a pigeon, maybe a night bird. The city is moving, but faintly, like whispers. In this half-silence, I close my eyes. My mind is still busy for a while. It brings back the faces I saw today, the emails I wrote, the laughter at lunch, the music in the subway, the stories of my grandmother. Memories line up, one after another, playing like a quiet movie inside my head. But slowly, the film becomes blurred. Thoughts scatter. Words turn into fog. Pictures lose shape. This is the gentle invitation of sleep.
Before fully drifting away, I whisper quietly in my mind, "Thank you today. Thank you for work. Thank you for family. Thank you for food, for laughter, for the sky, for this bed, for this life." Gratitude fills me like a soft blanket wrapping the heart. It makes the mind peaceful. It makes sleep easier. And then, little by little, I drift. My body grows numb. My hearing becomes weaker. My breathing deeper. My chest heavy. Outside, the moon climbs higher. Stars twinkle silently. The city continues its long heartbeat, but I no longer follow. I am gone into the dark, soft ocean of sleep, safe, calm, restful. That is the end of the day, the triumph of the night. Good night, world. Good night, people. Good night, New York. And good night to every listener who followed me until here. Close your eyes gently and allow yourself to rest. Sleep is the best gift of night, and it waits for all of us. And tomorrow, when morning comes again, we can continue this journey, step by step, word by word, life by life.